Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this very special Facebook Live session. It's a little different today because we wanted to announce our newest documentary available on Amazon Prime, Shark School with Jessica Harvey. Here's the trailer now.
Sharks are some of the most awesome creatures on the planet. There are more than 500 species, so that means there's a shark for everyone. If you love them too, or even if you're a little nervous or have questions, you're in luck. This is Shark School, a school everyone wants to go to. Your guide and teacher will be Jessica Harvey. She's the scientist who loves the ocean. In fact, she grew up with sharks. Jessica is the daughter of legendary artist and marine biologist Guy Harvey, and he loves sharks too. Get ready to learn about all kinds of sharks, from the bull shark to the tiger shark. There's even a dinosaur in between. Welcome to Shark School with Jessica Harvey.
And today, why it's also super special is because we're going to be taking you inside our executive producer, George Schellinger's studio in Florida, who is a two-time Emmy-winning producer and has been working with the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for the last 10 years. George, welcome. It's so great to see you.
Thanks, Jess. Great to be here. You're looking great. I miss you. I can't wait to get back to Grand Cayman.
Likewise. I can't wait to see you too. It's been way too long.
How are you doing down there in Grand Cayman?
Missing you, man. I mean, we are luckily just now able to get back out onto the water. So sanity is slowly coming back, but we're missing being able to go out and film and do some cool stuff on the water. But how have you been? All is well?
I've been doing good. You know, we've had this time of quarantine. Everybody's been at home, but I have used this time to produce Shark School. So very, very excited about that.
We're so excited too, and we're not the only ones. We're grateful that other people like Kids First, who kindly reviewed it and gave us some raving reviews. So we're so excited for everybody now to have this chance. And that brings me into my first question of, why do you think it's important to focus on kids and families during this time?
Because everybody's at home, and I know parents are eager to have things for their kids to do, and all kids love sharks. And so we thought we put together this shark documentary and have a little bit of science mixed in. So it's fun. It has a very fun feel, and they can learn a lot from it. There's a lot going on, and we're basing it on science standards that they would be learning in their biology class or their science class. So it's kind of a different type of documentary for us, but it is so much fun.
Nurse sharks have teeth specifically designed to crunch through things like shellfish. Different types of sharks have specialized types of teeth. For instance, a tiger shark's teeth can bite through the shell of a turtle. Oh, sorry, turtle. I didn't mean your shell. You can get back to what you're doing.
And what's wonderful too is that this opportunity has allowed us to share it in new ways that people would otherwise not have maybe had the time to do normally. And so it makes it easier for people to access. And it was so much fun to work with you on this project. I'm really grateful. And on top of that, you know, I mentioned before it was being endorsed by Kids First. How important is that for you?
The Kids First, we've had a very long relationship with Kids First, because when we did the original This Is Your Ocean Sharks, they were one of the people that endorsed that film early on. So that was even back in 2011, 2012. So a long-standing relationship. And what they do is they really go in and they evaluate the films to make sure that they're a quality that children should watch. In fact, that's a larger name, is a Coalition for Quality Children's Media. So they review all films. So it was kind of a pleasure having them take a look at ours and making sure it gets out there to our audience, which is young students who want to learn about the ocean and how to help protect it.
The shape of the hammerhead provides a variety of evolutionary advantages. The location of the eyes gives them a large field of view. The larger surface area of the head supports more electroreceptors, which the shark uses like a metal detector to find prey, such as stingrays under the sand. They can grow up to 13 feet long and are found in temperate and tropical waters throughout the world. They are the largest species of hammerhead sharks, and they don't pose a threat to humans. Unfortunately, the great hammerhead is endangered. Bycatch and the demand for shark fin soup has greatly reduced the population of this incredible animal.
Jess, you know, one of the things as a producer getting to work with the scientists such as yourself, I mean, why are sharks so important? Why is it so important to get this message out to kids and families?
Well, it's a very good question, because sharks are so important for our ecosystem. They're identified not only as animals that help regulate our ecosystem, but by doing so, they're considered keystone species, which mean that they are indicators of ocean health. And we need them in order to regulate and keep our reefs and fish stocks healthy. And unfortunately, because they have been targeted for so long, they have been removed up to 100 million sharks a year. They need our help to put the spotlight on this problem and to showcase why they're so much more valuable alive than they are dead. And hopefully by showing documentaries and videos to showcase how we can interact with these animals safely, but maintaining a healthy ecosystem, we all benefit. And sharks are long-lived, very slow-growing animals. They produce very few pups a year, and they are being extracted far too quickly for them to be able to reproduce. And so, you know, we're a bigger danger to them than they are to us. And as you know, we're showcasing now, you know, I wouldn't have this opportunity if they'd all been wiped out. You wouldn't have been able to see the sharks in Guadalupe if people didn't invest time, effort, and money into such an incredible experience.
The part of the film I want to look at with you is the Silky Shark segment, because it is such a fascinating segment, and it goes into exactly what you're talking about.
The silky shark travels the tropical waters of the world. But overall, very little is known about this shark. And unfortunately, due to purse seine nets and long lines, they are the second most caught shark in the world.
You got into the water with hundreds of these animals, literally hundreds of them, as you see in the video. And so tell me about that. And then we'll take that, we'll kind of go into what Mahmoud talks about, is that so many of these animals have already been extracted.
Oh man, that experience was so interesting. I haven't been around so many silky sharks at once, and they were all young silky sharks. So I was very grateful because I was wearing the proper gear. I was covered head to toe in black and keeping the camera very steady to try and get as many sharks as I could into the frame. And you just never, it's an open ocean. You never know what you're going to see. And so to be able to have had that opportunity to see so many sharks in one place was phenomenal. I'll never forget it. It's such a rare sight to see these days because silky sharks have been extracted heavily, a lot of it due to bycatch, but they also, because they used to be so numerous, they would be contributing to the shark fin trade as well.
The sad thing about the silky shark is that according to studies by the Guy Harvey Research Institute, 1.2 million silky sharks are killed and end up in the shark fin trade every year. 1.2 million is a staggering amount. Dr. Mahmoud Shivji explains.
Now, as a result of that, what's happened in many parts of their distribution is that their populations have declined tremendously. And in fact, there's some recent estimates that in the North Atlantic, their populations have gone down over 90%. Now just think about that, right? Over 90%. You know, if you eliminate over 90% of any species, you're looking at a species that's now on the verge of extinction. And that's a very dangerous circumstance for the health of our oceans.
This film really has more than, I would say, 15 years of different species in it,
Right.
Which is fascinating in its own right.
Absolutely. And, you know, and the amount of time and effort that goes into showcasing these animals as you've done for so many years. I mean, you've traveled to Guadalupe, you've traveled to the Bahamas. You have, I mean, how many times have you gone to the Bahamas now?
I've kind of lost count, but I would say probably 24, 25 times. And in that time, so that's 25 weeks in the Bahamas with our good friend Jim Abernathy, who is such an expert on all this stuff and just such he loves the ocean, he loves sharks. He is actually he's been training on shore for a while, so he's now really put his focus in terrestrial animals. But
Right.
but you know, Jim Abernathy, shark expert, and interactions with sharks such as Emma, the tiger shark. What's your favorite experience with tiger sharks?
I have still yet to see Emma. I'm hoping that the next time I get out there, I'll be able to see her. She is a beautiful, beautiful animal. But I remember on the last trip we just did, we had an encounter with a small tiger shark who we nicknamed Noodle, because she was so long and slender, and she came right up to us, gave us some beautiful shots, and I think that was probably one of my favorite encounters with a tiger shark for sure. But the other species that you focus on include, you know, the mako sharks, and the amount of research that goes into understanding where these animals travel, and the whale sharks too. There's so little known about these long-lived animals, and to be able to go to these places and see them is incredible. But also understanding, well, this is part of a routine migration pattern, and they have been doing this for millions of years, and we're just uncovering that now. So to be able to go out and showcase that is so much fun to do.
What is your favorite shark, Jessica? What is your favorite shark?
It's a hard one. Out of the 512 species of shark, it's kind of, I can't really say what my favorite shark is because I haven't gone through all of them yet, but certainly, I mean, I love the bull shark. As you can see, they're very interactive, and they're so stocky and got such personality. But I think, I don't know, but the whale shark is amazing to be able to see all the spots and watch it as it filters through the water, and even in that botella position. I don't know. I think maybe tiger shark and whale shark have a close tie. But then you have the white shark. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard.
I'm with you. You know, like the oceanic white-tip, which we talk about in the film. I love the oceanic white-tip because it's so interactive. It spends so much quality time with you. I love the tiger shark simply because I've been around tiger sharks the most, and it's the bull shark is a curious animal. I always say the bull shark has attention deficit disorder because it's just always kind of looking around, and because a tiger shark will come up and maybe bump you once and then go away. A bull shark will come up and just keep bumping you and bumping you and bumping.
Yeah, very curious. But you know, let's go to a clip where we can see a tiger shark that you're talking about.
The tiger shark, one of the ocean's largest sharks and a top undersea predator. It can grow to more than 16 feet long. The average male is about 10 feet in length, with the females growing slightly larger. These sharks are found in warm tropical waters throughout the world. The Harvey Research Institute has tagged and tracked more than 50 tiger sharks. Through this research, scientists at GHRI have discovered that tiger sharks are highly migratory, moving great distances.
George, tell me what you thought when you first went out to Isla Mujeres, Mexico, to see the mako shark. What was that like? And
all those expeditions to Isla Mujeres were fascinating, and we kind of evolved the tagging of the mako shark, and that's 2 documentaries you can actually watch on Amazon Prime, which is the Mighty Mako Shark and the Mako Shark Evolutions. And Mako Shark Evolutions really shows how we developed the tagging process for these animals. So groundbreaking by the GHRI, Harvey Research Institute. And one of them, which we show in Shark School, is Tough Guy. And you see this so impressive migration from Isla-Mujeres all the way up to Nova Scotia and then back. I mean, it's just all the thousands of miles. We see this with our whale sharks, with the tiger sharks, with the oceanic whitetips. These animals are highly migratory and really know no countries. So it's up to all countries to pitch in and help protect.
And to that effect, why, as a cinematographer who's worked not only with marine scientists, but you've worked with space scientists and all sorts of other really interesting people, why do you feel it's important to showcase science in this format?
I always think, you know, when I think about the planet Earth, I always think that the shark is a great poster child for the planet, because if we can protect sharks, if we can help these animals, then we can save the planet. Because I think sharks are very misunderstood. They just see them still as kind of the terrors of the deep, or people don't know the high price when they're eating a bowl of shark fin soup. And to kind of show that these are important animals in the environment and they really need to be protected, because if they're gone, the cost could be staggering for all of us. And that's why we need to protect them. We need to protect these systems. So for me, to go to a place like Isla-Mujeres or the Bahamas and see these animals, it's they're all expeditions. They're all very remote. They're all very challenging to do. And that's what makes them so important.
Can I just ask you, because obviously we're working in different countries now and things have changed where we're not able to kind of be in the same place to create as much. You've been able to kind of, I mean, look at your studio. It's amazing. It's got all the bells and whistles and it's ready to go. What's been your favorite part about creating this documentary?
I love Shark School because it's just such a great assortment of sharks, number one. You do a great job of telling the story of each shark, Jessica, which is very cool. And I think you know, young students are going to love that part of it. And it's just an adventure. You know, I love being able to share all the adventures. And there's 18 adventures now on Amazon Prime that people can take part in. And, you know, it's just, it's really fun thing to do, highlighting your work, highlighting your dad's work, highlighting the work from the Guy Harvey Research Institute. So important, because I think all of it gets lost with all of the shark programming out there. And I think the legitimate science that you all do is critical.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot, you know, and this is what I love about this shark documentary is that the creative angle that you've been able to give it. It's fresh, it's new, and as you say, with so many, especially now, with so many things available for people to watch, you want to be able to give something fresh and be something that people can easily learn from. And it's been so much fun working on you with this, and I look forward to the many more that we have in store. But I guess for now, that concludes for our Facebook Live session today. So I hope you guys enjoyed meeting George, and I hope you enjoyed the newest documentary. But as George mentioned, there are loads of them available on Amazon Prime. So please go and check them out. And we will be back here next Saturday at 11 Eastern Standard Time to continue our Facebook Live sessions. But now that we're back out on the water, please pay attention to the social media channels, because you never know when you get a pop-up session with us on the water too. We're always looking for new things to show you guys, so we hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for joining us. George, thank you so much again. It's a pleasure, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.